Low key, why is the alternative community so uncreative with their fashion? Whenever I see an alternative creator discussing the detrimental impact of things like Shein, Romwe, and Temu when it comes to buying alternative fashion, and also the importance of slow consumption when it comes to building a long-term wardrobe, I always see comments saying,
well, I don't have any thrift stores near me. I don't have any shops near me. Everything looks like grandma clothes.
We're not talking about people who are living on the breadline, who are in impoverished or third world places. We are not talking about people who have very little size inclusivity or size access to things that they need. We're not talking about you. What we're talking about is the normalization of buying from places like Shein, Temu, and Romwe as a way of building a fast alternative aesthetic wardrobe, whilst obviously not really caring about the values of the subculture or the style that you're trying to buy your way into. Your need to have something that looks alternative in your mind straight out of the packet doesn't override the harm that's being done by companies exploiting alternative fashion aesthetics and subcultures for profit. And this narrative of everything being granny clothing near them really annoys me too, because I don't think people really remember the fact that all of these big fast fashion clothing brands simply didn't exist at the time that these subcultures and fashion first existed. Like they weren't a thing. People took secondhand clothing and they used RIT dye, they used patches, they embroidered, they used paint, they used bleach, they made things look alternative with their own two hands, and because they themselves were alternative, the clothing by proxy looked alternative. For example, this blouse right here is a blouse from New Look that I bought from Vinted for £3. The blouse itself isn't alternative, it's just a basic black blouse, but because I'm wearing it and because I'm styling it, it looks alternative. This black tulle skirt here is from Access Femme and I got it for £5. I found another one very similar, which is by All Saints, and again I got this for like £10 on Vinted, and because the waist was too big, I just took it in. I just took the waist in myself. It took me 10 minutes. And sure, not every alternative subculture or style can necessarily be bought as easily secondhand, but if you are going for something like EGL, that already is a luxury fashion hobby. It is not a necessity. If you live in the UK or America or certain parts of Europe, you should have access to Vinted, and Vinted is one of my favorite ways of buying clothes secondhand, especially for people who are plus size, because they also have quite a lot of plus size options. And finding items cheap isn't just a case of being lucky, it's just a case of diligence. I don't go around buying Vinted items every single day, but I do check Vinted multiple times a day, and I've trained my algorithm to show me things that I might be interested in. And this, for example, is a really cool tunic that I think would look fantastic in a gothic ensemble, and it's only £3. Like, it feels like people don't care or want to know how to style fashion. They just want things ready to wear off the rack. They want to be told what looks good, what they should be wearing, which is the antithesis of being alternative.